स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Regarding the sadhu, sadhu has come, Vedantic sadhu, and Sri Ramakrishna is asking him, what did you think? What did you think of the sadhu? Kedar, it is all dry knowledge. The pot is just been put on the fire, but as yet there is no rice in it. In Bengal or elsewhere in India, we keep the water pot on the stove first. Usually the firewood will be there at below, burning. We keep the pot filled with water, and when the water is hot enough, we put the rice in it. So rice has not been put, water alone is kept, means the content inside is just water. Water means the general understanding that world is illusory and the God alone is real. God alone means the Brahman alone is real. Nirguna Nirakara, without form and without the qualities. Nirguna Nirakara. So that understanding, usually the sadhus entertain. So only it is there, that intellectual understanding, and with that when he starts longing for God, the first appearance of the rice in water, it is going to cook now. Otherwise, what will be operating? All spiritual practices without love of God and longing are like water kept in the pot, on the stove, without the vegetables or rice in it. So when the longing and love of God are added, I want to see God, I love God. These two are essential things to make reality, my sadhana a reality. Otherwise, I am understanding, I am doing something, I am sitting for meditation. The force is not there, the drive is not there, the urge is not there. So that active state of working that he is telling regarding this point, Master, they may be true, but he has renounced everything. What does it mean? What rice he might not have put, but he has renounced everything. He has given up all the duties and responsibilities of the world. All enjoyments he has thrown away, and whole time, without any wastage of energy and time, he is giving to this. He might not have put rice, but he is keeping the fire active and water in the pot. He is trying to make it hot enough and not part-time. I go to the office, come and I forget the God during the office hours and come and do a little spiritual practices. Sincerely I am doing, but whole time, much of the time is given in earning. It is not like that. He has given himself entirely to God and exclusively for God realization. Though the longing and love that are expected to be there as rice in the pot may not be there, but it will awaken one day, because he has given up all his duties and he given up all He has renounced the world, all enjoyments forever, all possessions forever, exclusively given himself to realization. How the views change. What is reality? How we view things. That may be true, but he has renounced everything. He who has renounced the world has already made great progress. A person not to keep anything as his in this world. It belongs to God. I try to protect all that I have because it belongs to God. Now, in the monasteries and ashramas, you see, so many things are there. So many people are there. Nothing belongs to anybody here. In our ashrama, about 30 ashramites are there who have renounced and come. And so much of property, nobody, it is in the name of trust. And it belongs to nobody, but everybody is fully aware and taking care of it. Suppose I am asked to go tomorrow away, I just leave everything because it never belonged to me. Just walk off. No attachments, no. But as a greedy person would do, he'll be doing work and taking care of all things because it is his nature and part and things. Though it doesn't belong to me, it belongs to his beloved God. Belonging to God is the most important part. You may possess anything, it never belongs to me, it belongs to God. Because it belongs to God, I am taking care of it, and anything happens to it, I am not worried because it is His. And then I have done my duty completely in taking care of it. And I don't claim it as mine, by even in dream, by any means, but dedicate myself entirely to protect and serve. This is the place of the sadhu here. What a difference it makes you see. He who has renounced the world has already made great progress. The sadhu belongs to the stage of the beginner. Nothing can be achieved without realization of God. When a man is intoxicated with the ecstatic state of love, he does not take delight in anything. Why Sri Ramakrishna is telling this is, people are comparing, they have seen Sri Ramakrishna. The sadhu has come, they compare Sri Ramakrishna with their sadhu. Sadhu with Sri Ramakrishna. Sadhu is he's making clear, one day he'll become a Paramahamsa. He's a beginner. Look at him as a beginner. But he will surely become a Paramahamsa one day because he has not kept anything as his here, nor given his body and mind to enjoyment. When a man in an ecstatic state of love of God does not take delight in anything else, that's a different stage which they say the sadhu has to reach. Then Sri Ramakrishna is singing, cherish my precious mother Shyama tenderly within, O mind. May you and I alone behold her, letting no one intrude. This is a beautiful composition and an expression of inward journey. I am looking at the world, inward journey is always connected with the external. What are you in this world? How are you going to manage? How are you going to think? How are you going to behave? How are you going to have your attitude fixed on this world? This counts how you can go within. In the world, if you are uninvolved, unentangled, and giving only love and seeking nothing, no demands, no preferences, he is moving about in the world, he is not carrying anything. He is moving about the world. He is not getting stained or bound. He is freely moving about, doing so many things, but leaving then and there and coming away. This external world makes him easily enter within. Inward journey is not possible if external non-involvement is there in the world. He has to be in the world. He has to move about in the world. He has to be with others. It's an important responsibility of a sadhaka, but not belong to it. Have nothing ragadvesha against it. No attachments, no aversions. He has to be there because that is the training place, and this is the practicing place, practicing what he has attained there in the. If he is bound there, he cannot enter here. He cannot practice meditation if he is bound in the world. If he is carrying the world in the mind, he cannot meditate. He cannot think of God. Ragadvesha in the world, attachments and aversions, likes and dislikes, reflect in meditation. There is a training not to move about. The real renunciation is not in separating and living. Real renunciation is living and being separate. Here, Sri Ramakrishna is singing, cherish my precious mother Shyama tenderly within. Tenderly within. Cherish the precious. What do we call precious? Which is rarely available and not in the possession of many. Mother is not the. Many things anybody can possess any time, anywhere. To possess God, it demands disposition of all other things. Because there is only two, spiritual and world. They cannot be taken together. They cannot be taken together. World and God, Rama and Kama doesn't go together. If you want to see the divine, hold on to the divine, you have to leave world. There are two ways of leaving the world. One is rejecting and separating from it. The other is to see the divine everywhere. Wherever your eyes go, whatever you do, it must be linked to the divine. Once you are linking to the divine and seeing the divine, you are renounced the material aspect of the world by which everybody is bound. Everybody is bound by looking at every object as material object. Mine, yours, the possession and renunciation. Now, if you see the divine, you are rejecting not the object, but objectivity as well as the material aspect of it. Materialism. Making the spiritual look matter is materialism. Making the matter look as spirit is spiritual way of thinking. Spiritual attitude, to see the divine everywhere, is to reject the material aspect. And one is material aspect is this matter. Matter, I am accepting this as matter and attached to it as matter. I am denying it matter, but accepting the object. Objectivity is accepted, and the material aspect alone is renounced. Then I see the divine everywhere. Everything is divine for me. It is divine if I reject the material aspect, it becomes divine. I am overlooking. I am looking at it as divine. I am a spiritual entity. If I insist whether body is there or not, it is immaterial. Body is just a matter covering me. It is an encasement. If I am body, I am renouncing the spiritual aspect of mind and becoming a matter. I am becoming a matter. I am becoming a spirit. So this differentiation, then we call it precious, shama, tenderly within, because it is so precious. It should not be hurt, it should not be harmed, it should not be lost, it should not be corrupt. You have to protect it. Suppose my attitude changes, then the whole thing is lost as if. So with great care you have to move when you are handling with the divine. May you and I alone behold her, letting no one to intrusion. In between somebody coming, no other thoughts. All doors are closed so that one attention, nobody to divert your attention. A single thought of the world will immediately separate you from the divine. A single word of this thought of this world immediately captures you and binds you. You cannot escape. Don't allow any thoughts to cross. Awareness filled with the divine. Kedar repeated the words of the song in keeping with the master's feeling. How shall I open my heart to a friend? It is forbidden me to speak. I am about to die for lack of kindred soul to understand my misery. Kedar repeated the words of a song, some other song, in keeping with the master's feeling. Same trend he wants to take forward by uttering another stanza of another song. How shall I open my heart to a friend? It is forbidden me to speak. I am about to die for lack of a kindred soul to understand my misery. Whom to tell? Whom to unburden the heart? This is what even in normal world, day-to-day world, we find. So much of grief, no one is there for anyone to unburden their heart. No shoulder they get in the world where they can lay their head at rest. There in the world, because of helplessness in worldly matters, here it is entirely different. It is spiritual world. What he seeks in the spiritual world is not materially, nothing connected with the material world at all, not even his bodily existence or the bodily health and goodness or nothing. He is seeking God Himself. I want to go. God, I don't want anything of this world, neither the body or long life or the health or nothing. I want Him alone. This he has not attained. He is not able to see. He is not able to see the light. There is no dawn. There is darkness everywhere. And heart is longing. Nobody to whom he can unburden. Whom to go, whom to unburden. Because most of the people are interested in the world, and those who are longing for God and not attained, there is no fun in going and telling them. They have no patience even to see and listen to my grief, because they themselves are, all gopis are in the same state. Who will console whom? To whom shall I tell? Neither to the world. I am about to die. For a person, usually what happens is we unburden our grief to someone, immediately it gets alleviated. It is suddenly some kind of relief. It has gone away. I have expressed and it has come down. Anything, when an angry man throws vessels and all, his anger is coming down. Like the telling, unburdening, just a telling to someone, it gets unburdened. It immediately gets weakened. But he doesn't get, I am, for lack of a kindred or kindred soul to understand my misery. They must be able to understand my misery. Such a soul I am trying to get to unburden myself. I am not getting that. I am not getting God. It is all right. I am not getting a person whom I can unburden my heart also. There the precious Shama to hold on it tenderly in the heart. There the reference is the what for. It is not a reality. I have not realized. I have the thought of Divine Mother. I am longing for it, which I have never seen. Whether it exists or not, I do not know. I have never seen. But I have heard people who have realized. I have seen the life of the saints who walked in that path in the same way and had attained. On the trust of those people's words, trust of those people's realization and scriptural authority, I am going in that path. Just like any other things. First thing is I hear of a thing. Even suppose Kailas Mansarovar. I have never seen, suppose. First time, I hear. I find people going and saying, I have gone there and come. Then there is definite route by which the path is there to reach it. From all this analysis, I come to know, I too can go and I have to go. I have to get that. It is all, but till realization, all things is just a trust and faith and hopes. Faith, trust and hopes are leading one day or the other, in one place or other. I am going to reach this. So here we see Sri Ramakrishna returned to his room. About 4 o'clock, the door of the Kali temple was opened. And the master walked to the temple with the monk. M accompanied them. Entering the inner, M accompanies, he is a recorder. M accompanied them. Entering the inner chamber, the master prostrated himself reverently before the image. When we go to the temple, most of the people will be seeing the image and understanding God is there. But there are a few who sees God alone there and not image. Oh, image is a place where the God is occupying it and not reverently. Thakur is seeing actual mother there and bowing down. Many will be seeing the image alone, smiling image and with blessing hand. The monk with folded hands also bowed down his head repeatedly before Kali, because he is Advaitin. Usually the Advaitin sadhus, sannyasis, what they do is they carry a danda. They are not supposed to bow down before the image. So they go and touch their danda and offer their respects and come back. But he is bowing down repeatedly. How the reality, God is not, don't limit God, don't limit God. He is everything and beyond everything. He can be anything and everything. And beyond what we can understand also. Don't limit. This is one of the important teachings of Vedas. That's why the term Brahman is used. Brahman is infinite, eternal. There is no limit. Limitless is called Brahman. Brahma. Braha is, has no limits. Big, vast. Vastness has no limits. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.